a play based on the modern challenges of global multiculturalism in the debut of an emerging Ukrainian director, how the play Hamlet Babylon was staged, what remained of Shakespeare's work, and why the main role was given to a Pole from Switzerland. Having lived for 3 months in Ukraine, I simply want to find myself at home. It was a very interesting staging. For the first time, I was faced with many difficult tasks to overcome. Hamlet immigrant, Hamlet wanderer. This was the most interesting challenge for me as a director. Now Dmytro Kostyuminsky found himself in directing, but he started as an actor and stage designer of the experimental theater Dog. Here, he met Polish actor Bartholomew Suzanski during the performance V by Vlad Troitsky. Bartholomew brilliantly played one of the main roles in this play, though he had long dreamt of playing the lead role in Shakespeare's Hamlet. We came up with the idea to continue such intercultural exchange between countries. I asked him what he wanted to play. Well, it was clear that just like any other actor, he responded that he wanted to play the role of Hamlet, so I offered him to appear on the stage as Hamlet. Dmytro feels that close cooperation with other theatrical schools is among the priorities of his profession. Bartholomew's wandering nature also led the director to stage Hamlet. He is a Pole who started to live and then worked in many countries, and now he has been living in Switzerland for 20 years. This is such a part that everyone would like to play. It was interpreted in a modern way, as Katya Babkina wrote. We ask contemporary people the most challenging questions. Shakespeare's works have remained relevant for over 400 years, and he is considered a contemporary playwright. Dmytro Kostyuminsky debuted as director in Hamlet Babylon. The premiere was held in 2013 at the Gogolfest festival in Ukraine. The audience was lucky enough to see the unusual staging of Hamlet only 3 times. I remembered the first time when we played the performance, because that was when the war broke out in the east of Ukraine. I was highly impressed because I knew that my fellow actors who went to Maidan at night could not return. And when we first played the performance, the challenge of searching for one's home was sounded in a very special way. This was truly the strongest challenge for me as a professional actor and a human being. Since the first staging, the director has updated the eccentric performance. Dmytro acted as director, artist, stage designer, administrator, technician, and lighting technician. Bartholomew was an actor, translator, and technical worker. The workload was far too heavy. Performing so many functions simultaneously can easily lead to force majeure circumstances and many unexpected surprises. Sometimes technical tasks can be very difficult in terms of setting and scenery and stage production, installing light, sound, video, etc. Of course, such work is always risky and unsafe. I even fell down a set of stairs while performing these functions. The project appeared in many countries. It toured the cities of Geneva, Neuchâtel, Vienna, Zurich, and years later, Kiev again hosted the renowned Hamlet, produced in collaboration between 2 theatrical companies, Swiss and Ukrainian. The Wild Theatre would like, of course, to get the coolest directors, artists under one roof, but there are teams that have been formed and have performed well, and in order to team up these guys like diamonds in the rough, we came up with the project Those Same Wild Ones. So the friendly team did everything so that the Ukrainian audience saw the Hamlet of our time. Kostyuminsky and co. was able to withstand the challenges of performing the Shakespearean tragedy, and this gave relevance to the interpretation. Their performance combined Hamlets of different epochs and different authors. In our work, we took the scripts of Miller, Hamlet Machine, and Katya Babkina wrote some contemporary texts. But in general, his image remained canonical, which is why revealing it was an extremely interesting initiative. Because one of the challenges of this play focuses on immigration, and Hamlet is shown as a wanderer and a person seeking his home. And now, in the context of the introduction of the visa-free regime, such a Hamlet is of high relevance. We focused on the text that was specially written for this performance, the monologues of the very Hamlet, of Bartek about himself, like Bartek raised exactly this issue. I think it is appealing to the audience because these issues are of high relevance for everybody. We live a little here and a little there. Ukrainians travel to Poland, we Poles travel to France, Germany and England, and we're simply seeking our place in the world. Hamlet Babylon is well known to the European audience. The highlight of the performance is in the multilingualism. His idea is to bring people closer to the culture of the country in which the play is performed. When we gave a performance in Switzerland and Austria, I also spoke French in some scenes. And it was very interesting to break this barrier and speak my native language directly to the audience. They were there where they felt themselves at home. We also played it in English and partially in German when we performed in Germany. The version of the play that we will perform on the stage in Kiev today will be bilingual, Ukrainian and French. We spent many hours and days working with Bartek much, although it was difficult because he was learning the Ukrainian language. Seeing as he does not speak Ukrainian, we had to combine the processes of writing the text and staging the play with teaching him the spoken Ukrainian language. This was because this performance was directly and especially written for the actor playing the role of Bartek.
Делался под актера, под Бартика.
Дивися, самі вказали мені на примару. Казали говорити до нього. А тепер що? Мають мене за божевільного? Здуріла Таня!
Я працюю в трьох язиках: польським, французьким.
I work in 3 languages, Polish, French and now Ukrainian. There are many people in the whole who also go abroad. I have to speak various languages. I think that today this tells quite a lot about a person. The art of performance includes actors experiencing the lives of their stage heroes. Contact and interaction between them are very important according to Bartholomew. But which theater schools they attend, Ukrainian or European, does not matter if the actors are blessed with talent. I think there is no difference. There are many intellectual people in Ukraine. I was lucky enough to meet them, work and create with them on stage. I enjoyed it thoroughly. Having the opportunity to work with these people, share my experience with them, come here for a while and go on stage before the Ukrainian audience is like a gift from heaven to me. In addition to the leading actor Bartholomew Suzansky, actress Victoria Litvinenko played Gertrude and Tatiana Havryluk from The Dog Daughters appeared on stage playing the role of Ophelia. Indeed, this is due to the fact that we're from the same school, Vlad Troitsky's Theater Doc. We have performed together for many years as colleagues and actors side by side. Of course, viewers saw Shakespeare's heroes in a rather non-traditional interpretation. This included modern techniques, dramatic acting that was presented by several theater schools, and a combination of Ukrainian folklore and the traditions of the Zurich Music School. I met Dima once in Lausanne, Switzerland. At that moment, I was living and studying in Zurich. So word by word, we realized that we have the skill and experience to create something together.
Alexei
Rutinsky was a composer of the entire performance. It was the first time I had met him. Thanks to the composer Alexei Rutinsky, the musical component of the play Hamlet Babylon creates a deep emotional heat, organically interacts with all the elements of the play, and instills in the audience absolutely new sensations of its essence. His music is absolutely beautiful. In some incredible way, it conveys the most expressive moments of the spectacular performance. In the course of work, Alexei Rutinsky combined Ukrainian folklore and electronic music. Moreover, as the composer says, he extrapolated the classical cello into a postmodern theater scenario. This is a whole set of solutions. Nevertheless, it was always important for me that music expressed my personal vision as a composer. I wanted my music language to change its masks and at the same time to preserve its identity. The play Hamlet Babylon is a complex multi-component project, and the unity of opinion is of great importance in the process of production. But Alexei Rutinsky has his special point of view that is different from others.
Я в последнее время скорее склоняюсь к тому, что когда все слишком гладко в процессе
I recently have become more inclined to the idea that when the process of creating a future project goes too smoothly, it is rather a bad sign. I would metaphorically say that friction generates a spark. This tends to happen when people have the same opinion about something among radically different opinions. As strange as it may seem, it is precisely from among those opinions that some kind of new qualities suddenly emerge.
Мы и увидим сегодня.
Well, I would like to share my positive views regarding our musicians who are indispensable and illustrious in this project. Anya Okhimchuk has one of the best and most inimitable voices I have ever heard. Alina Matushak is the ethno voice of Ukraine. The play's stage design is non-standard. While the screen and the video projection are standard, they captivate the viewer's imagination. The director focused on this, and the special effect clearly worked. I really aimed at fusing the background and characters. I wanted to make sure that it was not only a backstage with some standard props, but a video projection that could replace the scenery and ensure their interaction and contact. The performance has successful visual solution, and that's natural, as the director says. After all, in Europe, where plays are mostly displayed, a viewer is used to VJing, that it is an art of visual representation in real time. The Ukrainian Hamlet is fully integrated into the concept of contemporary European theatre, according to Dmitro. Yes, indeed, it's truly that way and much more easily perceived by the audience. For them, theatre became an art that is deeply saturated with visual history, and this is very close to their hearts. It was a great pleasure for me to get positive feedback in Geneva from grandfathers of VJing. It was interesting for me to understand such a voluminous character as Ophelia. She is a character that transcends the borders of this play because she is dead from the beginning to the end of the piece. At the same time, she is seemingly out of time and place and observes everything that is happening around her from the perspective of the future, past and present. Nevertheless, the vision of Shakespeare's characters in Kostyminsky's interpretation is non-standard. Gertrude is almost blind, and Ophelia with a flute is an ephemeral fantasy of Hamlet himself. Our concept was to show Gertrude as a person who is basically blind. This method, for some inexplicable reason, was quite interesting for me. Now, this idea is somewhat preserved in certain parts of the play. The key issue of the performance Hamlet is wandering around countries seeking shelter and land where he can lay his roots, but everywhere the Danish pilgrim goes, he only leaves behind his ashes. That is all the same. He failed to do anything in his life. All his attempts to achieve something were an exercise in futility with no results whatsoever, although he wished very much in life. One of the most expressive scenes in the play is the desperate struggle of Hamlet, the actor who is physically present on the stage with his elusive images on the screen. Alas, numerous clones won the battle in the end. Of course, he is left with nothing, but nevertheless, I slightly changed the finale. And at the end of the performance, it turned out that the system still fails, and after the failure of the system, Bartek says that Hamlet himself is left with nothing. But he, Bartek, exists, and his name is Bartek. That is, in essence, he remains a hero, a personality, and an actor who played the lead role in this performance. As the character Hamlet disappears into the vast expanse of the computer world, while the actor himself continues to exist. Having toured Europe, his creators came to the conclusion that Ukrainians, without any doubt, are ready to create modern avant-garde stagings and are able to surprise and conquer a full house of any spectators. I think modern Ukrainian culture and the audience need them because they offer an example of a truly high-quality artistic European performance. And therefore, we play in Ukraine, showing our performance to some extent, promoting this real, relevant and contemporary theatrical world of art. According to his colleagues, director Dmitro Kostyminsky creates stagings according to the European format, and this, as it is possible, contributes to the expansion of the creative horizons of Ukrainian viewers, producer and organizer of the campaign Yaroslava Kravchenko believes. The audience's reaction proved that it was something interesting, strange and complicated for them. It is a theater that gives one the opportunity to feel and think, but it does not make the sense of it clear. And it's very good that the Domin company exists and that Dmitro is ready to stage performances in such a theater format. There are classic examples of European theater, and this really sets the bar to our theater height. This performance is a must-see for lovers of theater art.